morning, everyone. Let's get this set up. Oh, I haven't even done my hair. Still got my bed head. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, does it? Lovely, right, we're all set up. Okay, good morning guys. Sorry I couldn't jump on yesterday. I was busy yesterday, but we're back on today. Monday, I believe I'm not on, but then I should be on for the rest of the week at the moment. So we will see. If you're watching on YouTube, welcome to the channel. If like and subscribe and get notified when we go live again. We trade most weekdays, 8 AM London session. That's what we do. We're currently on a 15 wins, 1 loss so far on stream. New channel, trying to grow the channel. So your support would be welcome. Right. Let's get amongst it. So let's do a top down. Top down analysis. So the monthly, exactly the same again. This monthly hasn't moved. You are? No. So this monthly is heavily bullish, and it's broke above these highs. Now the issue we've got is we don't know where the next range is for the monthly, because it's all-time highs. But what we do know is, and I was saying this for ages, we're going to have to tap at least 2072. Which we've done that, pushed past it. Now, with this monthly coming up and creating a top wick first, I would imagine this monthly is going to flip to the downside and then start pulling back to tap previous support in 1992. Okay, but here's the tricky bit. That's 1992. That's technically where the monthly should tap. Okay, even if you want to drive up, it's basically a break and retest and then go. Okay. And we haven't tapped it yet. And the reason we haven't tapped it is because I believe the weekly, so if I leave that monthly one on, the weekly's done exactly the same. But the weekly has tapped its previous zone. Because that's the weekly zone, this one. And look what price it's done. It's tapped it. So currently this weekly can do anything. Right, it can do anything. We're on Friday today, so the last day of the week. So it's tapped previous support, so I'm not sure what it's going to do today. We could just get consolidation today, because this weekly, we ideally want to close in below. Because then what that will mean is, next week, you'll pull back, and then you'll flip to at least come and tap the monthly support. Yeah, and then once it taps the monthly support, that's where price can start rejecting and start moving back up. If it's going to flip, if that monthly candle is going to flip back to the upside. If it's not, then it's going to carry on. Now, what's probably going to tell us whether it's going to flip back to the upside or not, it's going to probably be off the weekly. Closing respecting next week. Either closing respecting here or breaking the low. If it breaks the low, that means the monthly will be closing below. Well, it won't be closing, but it'll be pushing below. Oi! I should start these streams at 8:30, shouldn't I, really? Because of bloody dogs. So that means the weekly will be closing below, and that means the monthly will be pushing to create new lows. So new weekly would open up and then flip to come and fill the next range at 1936. That would make the monthly push past, and that's what we want, really. I want the monthly to push back into these areas. I don't want all-time highs, because the way we trade is from from previous data, and if there's no previous data for all-time highs, then we're a bit goosed, aren't we? Okay, so that's what I've got on the monthly and weekly. I'm going to keep this monthly area on 1988. I know the weekly's tapped its previous support. Now, the dailies have closed bullish. Now what I had marked up yesterday, right, when I was looking briefly, I wasn't on the charts technically, I had looked on my phone, is I'm looking at this. So this came down, closed respecting 2016, which is what we've done, right? Closed respecting 2016. And then the dailies start making their way back up to 2048. Okay? And then they tap 2048 and then they come through. Now is that what we're going to get today? That would make sense with the weekly as well, because the weekly would pull back. Because remember, the weekly doesn't have to close respecting. It could pull back and close doji or small bearish. And then the next week is the one what pushes it through. That's what could happen also. So also what I noticed is we didn't quite tap where price tends to tap. So if I mark this up, that's red. So if you notice, price closed respecting, but price tapped 2001 and then came back up, then tapped 2047 and then it left town. So knowing that, is that what we're going to get? Are we going to come and tap 2001 and then push back up to 2047 to then push through? Or do we not need to tap 2001? Why do you think we don't need to tap 2001? Well, because this up here has give us enough liquidity to have a little pullback here and then go straight through. Okay, it doesn't need much of a pullback, if that makes sense. So does that mean, are we going to push up to 2047 and then come through? That's what I seen on my phone yesterday. And the thing with previous data is, well, we haven't got much to go off, so this is like the only zone what we're sort of looking at really. Now if that's the case, price tends to trickle up here. So it means, are we going to trickle up? And when you get trickles, it's slow days. It means slow days. Let me just have a look at these areas here. So straight through, comes back up, taps 2048, back up. Yeah, so I'd be careful today, because previous data is showing that we need to come back up to 2047. However, we haven't tapped that 2001. So at the minute, price can go anywhere. And why can it go? Why is it that it can go anywhere? Well, if you think about it, when you get a breakout, price tends to come back to previous support, yeah, and then go like break and retest. Now the previous support on this is here. That's previous support. Price has broke through it, come back. One attempt to push back, two attempt to push back. This is the third attempt to break these highs. If this doesn't break the highs, we could close doji today. The next daily could then come through. Okay. So we've just got to see what we can catch on the lower time frame. So knowing all this, then we know this is a potential wing back area, because we know the daily, but this is a long term. When I say long term, it's just off the daily. Wing back area to come back down, to come and fill this range. So we've got potential wing backs at 2047 really. If it gets up there though, that's if it gets up there. Now I did mark up a wing back buy from this daily. Didn't have a bottom wick yesterday, and I did have a wing back buy from here to going up to them levels and then come back down. For the members, you might have seen it in the chat. I posted one in the chat, just an analysis. Currently that would be playing out nicely, to be fair. So daily, so what can we do? How can we get some buys? Some trades here. So what's the forward done? So the previous forward closed bullish. Now the previous forward hasn't filled. No, it didn't close bearish. Where did that close? Close back into the range. close back into the range. So therefore, as the 4 close back into the range, therefore we should be coming back down to at least 2025 level before it does anything. So what I'm thinking, can we not just take a, this is our next zone here. So I do believe price is going to have to tap 2025 even if it wants to drive and break these highs. Because is this a fake out? Well, it is, isn't it? This is a fake out on the 4 hour. Come down, break into the new zone, and then come back into the zone. So does that mean we then need to break the lows in order to break the highs? This area is, price can go either way at the minute, because it can come down to 2001 or can come and tap 2047. So let's have a look at these. So I'm thinking, what do we do? No top wick on this hour. Why is this hour closed? Oh, so the previous hour, very, very messy. So the zone on the hour is here. That's the zone on the hour. Basically, we are respecting this area still. Hours came to tap, and then we're moving back down. So, and I do believe we're going to have to fill this range at 2025, even if we want to pull back up. But this hour's got no top wick. This hour's got no top wick. So do we then need to break the highs again before going? So do we need something like, if this hour closes like this, new hour pops up and then flips? So can't take that hour because this hour's, it's close, respecting this area. 30, we would need at least probably a 30 close. Could we take a 15 with a pullback? It's 15 done. 15's close respecting. Okay, 15's close respecting. So I think we're going to come back for the 30. Then if the 15 pulls back, where's the 30 then going? 30 could flip. It's difficult at the minute, guys. Really, really messy zone. Because what's the forward done? So the forwards broke the lows, broke into this zone. So this 4 should be coming to fill the range. Now it's already tapped its little minor support at 2028, but it should be coming back down to tap 2025. However, are we going to get a steeper wick first? Or basically the steeper wick on the 4 would be the hour wicks to the upside. We're going to have to wait for this next hour, I think, guys. It's 40 minutes. I can't do anything at the minute, because if this hour it broke above this minor support into the next range, yeah, we could look to bring it back up. But at the minute, I need to see a bearish close, and then we can maybe take a wing back from 2031. So if we can get something like our, like so, even like that, only needs to break this minor. And then what we'll do is on the new hour, we can either take a wing back from 2031 or wing back from 2032, and that would be creating a top wick for this one, because these ones can get up here too. We would take a sell, take partial move to break even 2031, expecting this candle to flip to come and fill at least 2028 with the body, and then we'll be left with something like that. making our way back down. So that's what we're looking at, I would think, at the moment. That's all we've got going on. Yeah. Anybody catch anything this morning so far? Good morning, Dan.
Morning, mate. You alright?
Yeah. Crap game last night, wasn't it?
Oh, very unfortunate for us.
Thing is, I said Everton are going to be tough to beat now because they've got nothing to lose, right? They've got to just go for it, and they were up for it last night. Like,
Definitely.
I mean,
we didn't look too bad, but
we didn't look too bad. It was literally they only scored 'cause 3 mistakes. Trippier.
yeah,
Even the last goal was his fault. It kept him on side. He wasn't on it, was he? Look at this, how we're flipping now. Where this come down to here? Have you caught anything this morning, Dan?
I'm in one at the minute.
Oh yeah.
GBP AUD, but I'm just waiting for a flip on the hour, and it looks like it's on its way.
Go on, son. 30 minute. The 30 minute is the next candle to close. Let's see how this 30 is going to close. Because if this 30 can stay respecting this area, we might have something fairly soon. Now where's the next zone? Here, the next zone is, if the 30 breaks back into this range of 2031, can we not just take a buy up?
Yeah. I just need to get my socks and shoes on.
If we can get a 30 close back in here, right? 2030, we can't take because the 4's in the lower zone, isn't it? Daily's hasn't got much of a top wick, hasn't got much of a bottom wick. Very difficult area this, guys. You don't really want to be messing about in here. Look at this. I mean, if I won't let me do it, will it? I mean, look at that. There's just little zones all over. It's not a nice area to be in. Whee! Did anyone take them that analysis I put in the group yesterday from the daily? Yeah. So I had a wing back from here, so it was like from here. I can't remember where I had stops. Can't remember where I had stops. I think it was about there. Might have been stopped out actually. It was a wing back from here. Basically, I wanted the daily to come and create a bottom wick. I didn't think it would drive down. I think it would come back up. And then the target was the wing back up here, and then I had a wing back from 2047.
Saw the wing back sell. I didn't see the buy.
I'll see if I can find it in the group. And then he had that coming back down like that. This is still on this, but if you did take this, you'd be well in profit now. analysis. Yeah, put it in the, if you look on the free analysis, if you look at the free analysis, my stops are actually here. Be well in profit, nice. Yeah. That would work nicely. Because I still do like this wing back up here. But whether we're going to get there, how many candles? I mean, it took 3 days to get up there. 1, 2, 3. To get up here 2040. So it's whether Sunday, if it doesn't get up here today, Sunday night might push it up and then we might flip. But I'll probably be getting this on 2040. It's more of a longer trade. Yeah, because look, this is what you don't like, right? Look at this. So the 4 hour broke below this little support here, but didn't break below this. So now you've got 2 ranges, 2 minor ranges on the 4. Did we break out or not? Do you know what I mean? So you're in an area where you're going to need some more candles to print. So unfortunately, there's just nothing we can do. Now when you go down to the 1 hour, let's get rid of this. Let's use the trending structure, see if it can clear it up for us. So see, it's not even that clear on the trending structure. Look at this. Minute. The thing we've probably got though, it might just be a case of waiting for a breakout here, but then you need a pullback because it could just be a fake out. Might literally be a case of waiting for a break either side on the hour, but then you definitely need a pullback. You need a pullback and then a pendant on the other side, because you can get faked out. Because at the minute you don't know what this daily is going to do. Is this daily going to create a steeper bottom wick to head to 2001, or are we going to push up to tap 2047 before pushing down? Now at the minute I would probably say we're pushing up to 2048, not just because of this daily candle, but because of the 2 previous ones. We're currently moving back up, and the next zone really on the daily is 2034. That's up in these levels, but these ones are still closing respecting. So yes, we might push up to 2034, but we're going to close respecting and then come down. And again, I suppose this one closed respecting and still tapped it. So we just need to identify whether this daily, we need to try and identify when it starts making its move and it initiates its move. That's what we're after. And what's going to give us that? Well, it's probably going to be a break to one of these, because if we break above 2032, we should be coming to tap at least 2035, or even 2035.17, because that's what they do. Our break, you've had a nice pullback, and then when you've flipped and then you've pushed, tap 2035, come back, retest, and then gone. So this is what I'm saying. If you can get, you need a decent pullback though. You don't want price to push up first. So again, our break in the area, you've tapped that zone. So as long as you don't tap that zone, you've got room to come up. Break, pullback, and you're through to the next zone, which is 2037. So I'll mark that up on the hour. Let's have a look at previous data straight through. Hour straight through, tap 2035, straight through 2035. How big is this range? 25 pips, not bad. But they ought to come to 2037. Straight through, 2037. Straight through. Is that for previous data? And this is a simplistic way to do Meraki. Just stay off the hour. Look at the hour zones. The only thing what's hard is just being disciplined to wait for that pullback. Because the lower time, if you're watching the lower candles, some lower candles will be pushing and look like that's trying to entice you in, basically. I think that's all we got. So basically, you've got to close above 2032 on the hour every time you push to 2035. So if we can get that close above there and not tap 2035, the odds are pretty good that you're going to come up and tap 2035, aren't they? So then you can take either a lower time frame break, or you just get a pending off the hour. Now if we can try and work out, because some of the hours power through, so if we can try and work out around this area, where does it initiate from on a lower time frame when you push up? So get trend structure off now. Oh wait, the 30's closed, hasn't it? Oh, look at the 30. Look at the 30. 30's closed. Yeah, look, all these minor supports. You're gonna have to wait for an hour. So what was I doing? 15. Let's have a look at the 15. So if we get a 15 close above 2032, what happens to price? Well, we don't drive. But what if we get a break above that? Break above 15. Would probably be like that. 15 close, you tap 2034, 15 close. Let's put that down a tad. 15. 15 through, straight through. Straight through. Straight through. Why are these powering through? Where have they been? 2022 and then the power through. 15 close, back up. These ones didn't quite make it. You wouldn't have been tagged in that because you wait for a pullback anyway. This one no top wick, so you wouldn't get in on that because no top wick, so you wouldn't take that. So this is where you would then retake it at 2032 to come back up, but you didn't get much of a pullback. So you probably wouldn't have been able to get in that either. Might just be literally just a case of the hour today, guys. I'll have a look at the 30 though. So if we get a 30 close above, where's the 30 zone at? So the 30, I would say 30 pull back, nest play, perfect nest play. This, look at this, hour break, no top wick, so you wouldn't get in on it, okay? But then the new hour was pushed up, closed bearish and closed respecting. So what you would then do, get a pending off the top of the body. Now that's created its top wick, and as this one opened up, pushes down first, flips and then comes to fill. So that is a perfect nest play. Hour break, pull back. This would have been perfect. This 30 minute power through. 30's power. So it's a very it's a fast traffic zone, so you can just power straight through it. So could we take a 30? Or he came up. 30 fake out. 30. Don't like these zones. Gonna have to be off the hour that. Off the hour. We're even going for an hour break below or an hour break above, and then we need a decent pullback, and then we can look to get in. 23 minutes though, guys, so go and get a brew, do what you need to do. Morning Phil, you alright mate? I just jumped off.
Attempts for me to get into the stream, it wouldn't load, so that might be why.
What, on the on Discord or?
Yeah.
Is it not showing like?
It is now.
Oh,
but
right.
it's just I had to go in and out 2 or 3 times before it actually connected.
Yeah. I'll be back in a second, guys. 2 seconds.
Pete, can you push the washing machine on if it stopped?
Okay, so what's happened? Nothing. Nishka Mushka. This 30. Is this 30 gonna flip? I'm just trying to think if we can get a wing back, because if price is bouncing between these two zones, can we get a wing back? We can't take it because the hour's bullish yet, but if we can get a hour bearish close and then we can get a top wick, we could potentially take a wing back from 2031 to come back down. So if the hour closes like so, because remember we can do that because the 4 hours bearish also, and then the new hour pulls back, creates a top wick for the 1 hour. We look to get in to then on the flip to come and fill the hour range like that. So that is a potential. And our time to get out is if the hour closes bullish, you're still gonna have to come down, tap previous support anyway. That's where you get out. The flip. So that's probably what we've got going on. 15 minutes. But we do have to be careful in this range. I much prefer wingbacks. It's because the thing with the wingback always gives you a chance to get out. When you take a breakout, sometimes what tends to happen, you can get a close like that, yeah, and then as price pulls back, sometimes it can tag you in and then still come back, but you're in down here, and at that point, if you close, you might only tap previous support and then go. Sometimes it doesn't come back to break even to get out, where with a wingback you always come back to break even, really, at least. So I'm just trying to see, because when you get an hour close like this, you might not come back. You might only tap previous support. Interesting. It's going to be interesting this, so stand by, guys, stand by. Where would stops be then? That should probably be just this high. What's that? 90 pips. Now this would be an aggressive move, because all you're doing, you're looking to come and fill the range at 2027, and the reason why you can take it is because the 4 hour, this is what I mean by aggressive. The 4 hour, we don't know if it's closed back into the range or it's closed respecting this minor support. The thing I'm going off here is this 4 is pushed at least 2028, and you still come and tap 2028.100. Right, now I know we've nearly tapped it, but I would believe that you'd need to tap it with the new 4 anyway to push up, because the new 4 would need to break the lows in order to grab liquidity to push back up. So we need to break the lows anyway of the 4. So would that be a case of just coming back down? So the bodies come down at least. So London's opened up. So you've got a 4 here. You've got a 4 hour close. And you still had to come and tap it again and again. Interesting. Interesting. It'll be interesting to see what happens here. I mean, what would be the cut-off? 15 closed. I'd want to see like a 15 bearish close on this 15, breaking the lows for the hour close. So if this candle, because what have we got left? Oh, this is the last 15 of the hour, isn't it? So if this 15 can close bearish and just break the lows but not fill the range, or bearish in any way, and then the new 15 pops up, which is a new hour, taps 2031, and then flips to come and fill the range, like so. And then we'd be in at 2031. Now you could push as high as 2032 though, because there's no top wick, and this is the hour with no top wick either. So we could push something like that. So why can't we do that? So if we went back sell, or wing back sell, that's what we're looking at here. What's the difference? 18 pips. We don't want this out to fill the range really. 30 pips. Might not even get back up to there, but if you get an hour close like this, the next hour range technically, because if we close respecting and we fill this range, you could just get something like that. You close respecting, you pop down, you then pop to the upside, and that's not what we want. So we need to come and either break below this, or we need this hour to pull back. So we've got a wick to fill on a lower time frame. We've got a range to fill. How far do we want it to pull back though? 15 to close bearish, don't we? And the get out would be the hour breaking above, really. Now if you get an hour break below, you're then going to be coming to tap 2025, but you'd need a pullback anyway, so you could get a sell stop on in case you don't catch the wing back. But that's if we break below this. Very difficult zones to trade in though, these. You should be coming down to 2026, 2 hour. Respected. Yeah, there's the next zone there. Whether we come back to this wing back area, I don't know if we're going to do it, because the 4 hours already created a top wick. So that means the new hour might just open up and go. We will see. Look at this hour powering. Power. Good morning, Jace. You alright, mate? Ooh. 30 minutes. Six minutes for an hour close. It's always looking nice. Six minutes for an hour close. So if we get an hour close, we could just power through here because the hours do look at the hours that power all the way through. So this could easily just power straight through to tap 2025. But it hasn't give you a chance to get in at all. Look, you were bullish and then the new hours come through. So we've got to be careful here now because we don't want to tap 2025. Because if it taps that, if you look at these levels here, you can tap it and then you come back up, tap, back up, tap, power up, you know, tap. So we've got to be very careful. The indecision area here. You would sort of need an hour or even a 4 hour break below to see if you're going to come and fill this range. Because if the 4 hour, you would need the 4 hour to break below 2025 and then you're going to come fill this range in 2016. But look at the previous 4 hour, look at that. One big 4 hour candle came straight through this zone. So that means this 4 could literally just power down. But we've got to wait for our setup. 30 minutes. This little area I don't like. What's this? This is what we want. We want where we get a break below and then we come back to tap 2031 before coming down to tap 2025. That's what we want to see. Ah, come on, stay up, man. Three minutes left. We need a bottom wick on the hour, so we need the hour to pull back, right? And then we'll be looking to getting in. And then we need a top wick on the hour. We don't need much of a top wick though. So this is going in line with the 4. The daily needs a steeper bottom wick anyway, or can have a steeper bottom wick. We know the 4 is bearish, so we're going with 4. And we could say it's broke below because this 4's pushing, but we won't know until obviously it's closed. But still, you come and tap 2025 anyway. 3 hour is bearish and broke below this minor support here. 2 hour is bullish but closed respecting. 1 hour was bullish but closed respecting this area, and this hour is going to close bearish. So yeah, so we'd be looking at something like this. As soon as we get a pullback, then with stops though, where would stops need to be? Yeah, it would just be the highs here. But we're coming down to fill 2016, but our take partial move to break even would be 2025. So stand by 2 minutes, guys, for a potential sell stop. 105. We need a pullback though, that's a thing. Is that the washer arm? Now if we close respecting, I can't take it. Can't take it. Okay. Seven, 5, 6. 1 minute. Are we going to close below? Are we going to close below? Doesn't look like it, does it? Or is it? Is it going to close below? What are we doing? What are we doing? We broke this previous low. 30 seconds. Stand by, guys. We might have a potential sell stop, so we need a break below, and then we need a pullback to tap previous support at 2028. We don't actually need much of a pullback, but I do want it to tap 2028.04. It's only if we break a low. Ooh. So I can't take that. I can't take that. However, could we take? This is difficult now, because now that you've closed respecting this, the last time you closed respecting this area, you could just power through on the 4, right? I could just do that. There's times where gold went through a phase where it was just closing respecting and then it was still powering through. Okay, you could get that as well, but at the minute I can't take that. Now, the last time you closed respecting this level, 2028, was here, and then you push back up to 2032. So, does that mean we're going to push back up to 2032? Now, if we push back up to 2032, that's the 4 hour now flipping bullish. And if we close up there, that's the 4 hour bullish. The new 4 hour could power on. So, I did say, guys, it's going to be tricky. I'm just thinking, if we can get a decent pullback on this and tap 2029, we could maybe take a lower time frame break to the low below 2028. That could probably work. So if we come back up and tap, where do we want to tap? Close back in. We want to tap this level here. Trading there. Loads of waiting. What can we do now then? Can't do anything here, guys. Can't do anything. I want to see when you close respecting this on the hour, what happens. What does price do when we close respecting 2028? Close respecting back up to 2030. Comes back to tap 2029. So you might as well take a wing back from 2032 at that point. 30, because they all tap 2032. So look, this is what we don't want. Close respecting. You come back up. We could potentially take, if anything, wing back from 2032, not 2030. 2032, and then the take partial move to break even would be at 2031. We're there. If we've closed respecting, if we can get an hour bullish close with the new candle, can we take a wing back buy back up? That would make sense with the 4-hour flipping bullish. So these are not on at the minute, right? These wing back areas. Let me delete these. I'll put the lines on. Because yeah, they're coming here. But if price wants to push above these levels, see, if price wants to push above these levels, it's got to break this low. Now it's broke the low, so now it's got power to push past these levels. So knowing that, still low, is this enough to push straight past and through, or are we gonna come up to these levels like that? And if that's the case, then it's where can we take a wing back from? Can we take wing back from here? Can we take wing back from here? Or do we wait for a bullish hour close and then we take a wing back buy, knowing the daily's going to go either way? The daily's going to come to 2047 or 2001. And at the minute, yeah, we're bearish on the hour and the 4-hour, but we haven't broke out of any range. We're still in this range. We are still technically in this messy, horrible range. That's where we're at. We're still in there. So at the moment, I can't do anything. But yes, price might come down and tap 2025. It probably will do. But at any point, you can still flip to the upside. Because you've got no top wick on this. You've got no top wick on this. I would think price will probably want to come back up there at some point. But when, I don't know. So we're going to have to wait again, guys. What time are we on? I'm trying to think if we can get a 30 minutes. Because if you get a 30-minute break below and then you get a decent pullback, could you not just go off that 30? Interesting. Interesting. Who's in the trade? Someone will be in this trade now. I guarantee Mikey G's in it.
Oh mate, I'm good.
Oh, are you sure it's powering down? Are you sure you don't want to jump in?
I might put big 10 lot size on right now. Oh, that's handy.
Yeah. Oh, look, this, don't get any FOMO here, guys. This could easily just power down to 2025. Yeah, can even one candle can just pop down. But we can't take that. We've got to stick with the rules. Remember, we get one shot. One shot. I'm trying to see if you get a 15-minute break to the low, or even a 5. What happens when you get a 5 break below this? Break below. Okay. There's a little minor support here. We get a 5 break below this. What does price do? 5 break below, pull back, tap, and then go. 5 break below, pull back, and then you come and tap it. Break below. Break below. We didn't get the pullback. Below. Nah, look, it's dodgy, 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 dodgy. It's not on. It's not on, guys. It's not on. Typical. Yeah, so what I want to see really, I want the monthly closing back below these ranges. I want the monthly back below 1988. That's what I would prefer, and then we start coming down, because at that point then you think if the monthly comes back below 1988 and closes like so, where's the next range? Well, the next range is 1845, therefore we should get top wick and then flip to come and fill this range, and then we've got all this previous data. You think at the minute the only previous data we're going off is these wicks here. We've got everything what's in line. That is the only previous date we've got to go off. That's it. And that makes it difficult, because remember, trading is just a probability game. It's just what's the odds like. Well, if 90% of the time price does this, then but if 90% of the time price does this on 1,000 times, the odds are fantastic. But if 90% of the time price does this on 3 times, then the odds are not the greatest really, are they? Because it's only happened 3 times, and that's what we tend to get. We're getting in these ranges so high. Yeah, price is doing this, but it's also creating new ranges because it's new highs, and that makes it difficult. Is this hour going to flip though? Back to the upside? What's the 30 doing? Yeah, I won't be touching this. I won't be touching this till I get at least an hour close below here. If the hour closes below there, what does that mean for the... Well, that's the 4-hour break to the low. That'd be perfect. If this 4-hour now can close below 2028, and if it doesn't come and tap 2025, even better. We'll just get a sell stop off the 4-hour after a top wick. But if the hour closes back and closes doji, that means the 4 was closed respecting. That means, can we get a bottom wick and take wing back buys up? It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. Look at this. If it pushes past this wick, it'll pop down. It's gonna pop. Just haven't been able to get in. Can't get in on that. Not for me. Not for me. Are you going to get a 5 close below? And then what is it going to do? Is it going to come back to tap 2028 and then come down to the downside? What is it going to do? Is this going to break the lows again in order to push back up? No top wick on this 5. Are we going to come back up? Or are we going to go down? $30 for a 15-minute close. The 15 hasn't powered through. And they do tend to power through. So let's see if the next 15 does. Ooh, 15, no bottom wick. He still haven't brought the lows on that 15 though. But no bottom wick. Broke the lows on the 15. But you can easily get a fake out because look, fake out. You come back into the area there and then you had a fake out back in. Fake out. You had actually 2 fake outs here. Fake out. So you've got areas from here to here where price can easily just reject from. But the majority of the time, yes, we come down to tap 2025. But the first sign of price not wanting to do that was this hourly close respecting. So now we're going to get a fake out back on the 15. So we're there. If we can get a fake out on the 15, what would that mean? So if we can maybe get a close back in like that, and then we get a bottom wick or close doji respecting this area, then we can get a bottom wick. We can maybe have buy stops on. So if we can get like a nest play on the 15, because what that will be telling you at that point is 2 15-minute candles have come back in and struggle to break back to the lows. That's because the 4 was going to close respecting, and that means the hour is likely to flip to the upside, bullish, or close doji. Then the next hour will probably want to come back up because he's struggling to break these lows then. So you'd need to come back up, and that would make sense coming back up for this top wick. So that's another scenario we could do. But again, we could just power through. Still waiting, guys. Remember, trading 90% waiting. Yeah, I've waited hours and hours to then catch 10 pips. It's just the way it is. Just the way it is. Da 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 da. 15 claws. See, if you get a 15 claws back into the area, we need a 15 claws respecting the area. 2028.00. Something like this. We could look to get amongst really. Look at this 15 coming back up now. Is that the hour flipping to the upside? So this is why we couldn't take this hour, because you think if we had sell stops on, we'd be activated now and they'd be panicking. You didn't quite push your zone. I mean, you could have grabbed how much there, but if anything, well, you probably could have got your 10 pips, to be fair, but very risky, very risky. We want to see what price does here. If the lower time frames can show us struggling round here, and we're struggling to break back below, okay, we can maybe sell up to 2031, because the reason why price can't get past these lows is because we haven't got enough fuel. So we need to pull back, refuel, in order to then come through if it wants to break these lows. Or what do you think this could be? This could just be the push down, break the lows in order to now break the highs. Broke the lows to break the highs in order to get to hit that daily zone, what I said. We will see. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Because if you get a 15 close near, back in here, and then you get another 15 close showing that you're struggling to break below, there's only one way to go, really. It's here. You're coming up to 2031. So we could look to sell, buy back up. You have got minus support here at 2029 as well. Interesting. Could we not take a wing back buy? Getting interesting, guys. Getting interesting. If you're watching on YouTube, guys, if you like what you see, hoping I'm bringing some value to you, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. New channel, trying to grow it. We've had 15 wins so far, 1 loss so far on the stream, so we're doing pretty good. And then that'll notify when we go live. We trade most weekdays, Monday to Friday, from 8 o'clock UK time. Come on, baby, light my fire. What's this 15 doing? Because if the 30's broke the low, the 30's the next candle to close, isn't it? Could we not take a wing back then from 2031? 2031 off the 30. But we would sort of need a break to the low. If the 30 breaks below, we could potentially keep that wing back on a 2031. Because price would want to come back down anyway. Or would it just be from 2032 to come back to test 2031? Gonna be interesting to see what this 30 does. 15. Is this 15 closes respecting? Because if there's 15 closes, I mean, this is just a minor support, this one. These ranges are so all over the place. This is what's hard with it. You don't know where these ranges are. Look, even that doesn't fit really on the with the indicator. Now I do believe though, if you're coming back to 2031, you're gonna have to then come back to tap at least 2029. So if I mark that up, what's that on pips? 13. So could we not just take a wing back from there, depending on that? Oh, there's 15 closes, which is also the 30. Because if the 30 closes bearish, that means the wing back's still on. We sort of don't want this 30 closing bullish. If it closes 30, we then potentially could look at 30-minute wing back, come up, tap, and then either close doji or flip to go. That could potentially be on. Because even if the 30 wants to drive, so even if you close respecting up there, you still pull back to tap 2029, even if you want to drive. Up, tap, back, all come back. This one didn't, but remember we're coming from down here at this point, and we haven't tapped 2025 yet. So could this be the flip? Even this one up. I mean, even tapped 2032. You could have a second entry at 2032, I suppose. 2031, I think that's going to be on that, guys. As long as this 30 closes. As long as this 30 closes like this. Okay. Where would stops be? Stops at this point, what would stops be like? 65 is not too bad. Because you still, even if you come up to the next zone, or even the third zone, you still gotta come back, so that's not bad, that's not bad. Stop 7.61. I've just thought there, it's the 4 hour though, closing respecting it. But you haven't tapped 2025. This is only on, this wing back, if we don't tap 2025. That's it. Yeah. But if the next 30 comes up and taps, that means the 4 hour is closing bullish. That means in the new 4 hour will probably open up, pull down first, and then flip to the upside. So what would that mean? 1 hour, 30. It's going to close bearish. 20 seconds. If you want, 9, 7, 1, TB2. Our target would be down in 2016. 0.52. Oh look, so bearish close on the 30. Okay, so can we come back up, create a top wick, basically get something like this up, no top wick here, you still closed respecting, didn't you? So the 15, no top wick on this 15. Yeah, so I'm still happy with this here, this wing back. That's what I've got going on. That's what I've got going on. Right, because even if price wants to power up, you're still going to have to pull back to test previous support. And if you look at price, every time you tap this level, all these wicks, all of them pull back to at least 2029, all of them. So that means that would be our take partial move to break even. You would take more partial at 2028 because once they come back down, you can come back down, tap, and then you can power through. But even when you power through, so we could be on this now, so we come up, back down, we could just power through here. But if you look at price, you even come back again on that one. So your odds are pretty good. Let me just work out. No top wick on this. Can we just get a buy stop on this? Because the 15. 5 close respecting. Can we not just get a buy stop? What's the 4? The hours close respecting. 15. Could we not get a buy stop on this now? I'm thinking whether we can just get a buy stop on this. You should be coming to tap 2028. I need to have a look. 2028. 15. If this can come and tap 2027, get a potential buy stop on above this 15 to come up, because you got to break the highs anyway in order to drive back down. Look, it's flipping now. That might have worked, that, because you should be coming to tap 2028 at least. That would have been nice. When candles open up like that and you've got no top wick but you've brought back into the zone, fantastic. Because you're probably saying, okay, why did we close back into the range here and not respecting? Well, it's because we're going to have to break the highs here in order to get back below these levels. So this 15 is going to break the highs anyway, and when it opened up and pulled down, you can normally get a buy stop on the other side in order to catch this move here. But I didn't have enough time to check previous data, but that would have been nice. But anyway, I've got a wing back sell from 2031. Okay, so what we're saying is we've broke all the lows now. Okay, are we going to come up, tap, to then come back down? So this is a refuel, if you like. You might even power through to 2032. Okay. Would have been bloody lovely. Look at the 30 now. So are we going to get one 30-minute candle like this? Because you can do. You can get a big 30-minute candle. Come right up. Back down. Now if you want, you can set a sell limit if you like. Now we also have to be mindful that, remember, the daily can go either way at the minute, and you've actually closed respecting a support at 2028 on the 1 hour. Now the only reason we're looking at this wing back is because the 30 minutes closed bearish. Right, it is a small bearish, like doji type candle, but still bearish. So we're thinking that if we do have a big spike up, you're gonna have to pull back anyway to push through them levels. Anyway, tough range to trade though, guys. Don't I think it's easy in this range. With scalping, I mean, you can normally catch a trade, but it's made it pretty difficult. Okay. That's what we've got going on. Now, second entry here. Our risk management, okay, when we manage risk, would be probably the hour close, because this is where we've got to be a bit wary, because if the 30 comes up here and closes up here, that technically would make the 4 hour look bullish, okay, and close back above this range. Therefore, what range is it in? Well, it should be coming back up to 2032. Okay, now it's not to say it might not power through at that point anyway, because we don't know whether we close respecting or below here. Right, but we do have to be careful because the 4 hour would have closed bullish. Now, I would expect the 4 hour to create a bottom wick anyway. So let's say the 4 hour closes like that. Let me zoom and see. The 4 hour closes like this. Okay. you've got a nice bottom wick on it. The new 4 hour should, if price wants to push up, should pull back anyway to test previous 4 hour wick, and then flip to the upside to come and fill, and then you'd be left with a wick like so, not breaking the lows if we want to push up, but that's technically what we should get anyway. Now, where do we manage risk? Manage risk would be probably, because the 4 can close up here if it wants to. Manage risk would be probably the hour break above here. If you get an hour break above there, like that, I don't know whether you're going to come back to 2030, so it'd probably be an hour break above there really. If you get an hour break above there, it's tough because this is a range here, 2031, but really if you average this range out, it's because the ranges are so off, it's messy. This whole area is support and resistance. So even if you get an hour close there, that still could be classed as close respecting. The next hour could just come back down. This whole move could be a fake out to the upside. So we'd have to sort of manage risk really off a lower time frame, I would think. That's what I've got going on at the minute, guys. Be interesting to see how this 4 closes in 19 minutes, because if the 4 closes, breaks the lows, even better. The new 4, hopefully we can get a pullback first, tap our zone 2031, and then we can flip to the downside on the 4. But even if, as price is pushing up, we can also get a sell stop on underneath in case it does flip. We're not selling yet, that chica. We're not selling yet, mate. We're looking for a sell at 2031.04 with a pullback. So this will be a pullback. What did that 15 do? Look what this 15 done. Exactly what I said. Okay. 15 came down. Buy stop on the other side of it. Because you know you're going to break the highs. You're going to break the highs in order to even push back down. Not quite 10 pips, but you know you were going to push that way. It should still push that way anyway. Now if the 30 closes bullish, okay, and then the next 30 opens up and pushes down first, we could potentially get a buy stop on the other side of the 30, because that would be the hours closed respecting. That means this new hours closed doji, struggle to break the lows. That means the 4 hour, actually that would have broke the lows, wouldn't it? You'd need a close above 2028. Really, if the 4 could push back to 2028, that would be perfect. If the 4 were closed respecting, and then the new 4 opens up and pushes down first, we can look for a buy stop on the other side to come up. Because you've had loads of attempts to break the lows at that point, and you're not breaking the lows. So it means how you're going to come back up. You've got to come back up, because there's not enough liquidity here to break the lows. They'll do like this daily wing back though through here.
Very interesting, Patrick.
You what, mate?
Yeah, so it's very interesting, this.
Are you enjoying yourself? Is it making sense to you, Jace?
Yeah, it is. I really want to feel more like all that.
You'll get there. You'll get there. 2 weeks. 2 weeks of trading study, and it'll just. I still haven't done my hair. Look at the state of my hair. Looks like I've got a bloody bird's nest on my head. 2 weeks of this, mate. You'd be all over it. Keep it simple though. You could just start off with breakouts, and then you build up to nest players, and then you build up to wing backs.
It's no problem, 2 weeks ago, now this is really.
Oh dear. Where you going?
Just Albania, Serbia, and Poland.
Oh yeah, bloody hell, that'd be nice.
Possibly finished off in Istanbul.
Yeah, that'll be nice. That like on the drink.
Well, of course.
Of course.
I don't know whatever else comes along.
Yeah.
Just close this mic up because the two-way radio, you'll get on there. You don't want that.
Yeah. Can we get up to these levels? That's the thing. Can we get up? 14. Is that new 15's closed, hasn't it? So look. 15 has closed. Bullish. You're going to break the highs again? Are you going to power up? Power up there. Get up there. No bottom wick on this 15, so this is 15 going to flip to the downside. Damn. You caught anything this morning, matey G?
No, mate. It's a bit of a mess, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a bit of a mess. There's no clear. Nothing clear. I don't want to risk it.
No. It is a mess, like. Got any news today? I think there's new. Oh, it's NFP today, isn't it? Oh, do you know what? NFP today, 1:30. That's why we're just messing about. Alright, we might not move this morning then. Might not move much. NFP. Hey, do you know what? It's going to be interesting to see where NFP takes it. Up or down. Either way, whichever way it takes it, it's going to tap either 2001 or 2047. Which way is it going? Which way is it going? Oh, is this 15 going to flip and drive here? Are we going to drive down? So, if I am... What is I'm worried about? I want this forward to close. If this forward can close respecting... Could potentially take a wing back buy. Whether we're going to pop back up that far, guys, to catch our wing back sell to come down. Interesting. What's this 15 doing? Look at this 15. What's it doing? Is this going to close respecting? Is it going to close respecting or below? It's all fun and games there. Welcome to the stream, guys. We have got a potential wing back sell from 2031.06. Okay, we're currently just waiting for the forward close. Once we get the forward close, we ideally want the forward to break the lows, which it's doing at the minute. So if the forward can break below, then we get a pullback 2031.04. We're looking for a sell from there, and that's the pullback on the 4 hour. That's what we're looking for. $8 minutes for the closure. Now with this 15, let's have a look at these 5s. So the 5's broke back below, which it hasn't done that before. So does that mean we're going to then drive down to 2026? Oh yeah, it has. We can easily get fake outs. Bit of a dangerous zone, this area. So we need this hour to either close doji or bullish, because then that would be the 4 hour closing respecting 2028. Sorry, that's if we want to come back up. We could potentially look for wing back buys back up at that point. That's only if the hour closes bullish. But if not, we kind of want the 4 hour to stay in and around this area, but break the lows and close below 2028. Because if it does, that means the 4 is going to push to the next range. Where's the next range? Well, that's 2025. Okay. So if the forward closes below here, what we should get is the next range is 2025, this level. We should get a top wick. Now, it's whether the top wick's going to come back up to tap 2031. It's quite a significant area, 2031, for some reason. It's whether the 4 is going to come up, tap 2031, and then flip to fill the range. And then we'd have a wick like that. That's what we're trying to catch, because this area, you're not breaking the highs, and we don't want it to break the highs, because that'll be the first sign of price wanting to push back up. Right, and if you look, there's a lot of wicks come to this area, a lot of them. Look at all them. Okay, this one nearly got there. So it's whether the forward can pull back that far. It might not pull back that far, but what we can do, if we get the forward break below and we get a pullback to at least 2029, we can look on smaller time frames for entries, or we simply get a sell stop underneath on the 4 hour to come down to 2025. There's our 2 options. But we've got to remember today, NFP today, so we might not move much in London session. We might get the big push in New York, so we've just got to wait and see, really. It's a very difficult range, though, remember that. It's a disgusting range, to be honest. All this is so messy. There's different ranges all over. So it's all off this 4 hour, really. If the 4 hour can close like this, new 4, come up, tap us, and then go from there. Because even if price wanted to push up, what should happen is the first hour of the 4 hour will probably push up. And even if that hour closed bullish, it's probably only going to break these highs first, right? And then the new hour, which would put us into drawdown, the new hour should pull back anyway to flip, and then we would look to get out, or even grab our take partial move to break even at 2029, and we would look to get out at that point. This is what could happen also, because currently we haven't broke this low yet on the hour. Okay, you haven't broke the low yet on the hour. If anything, you're making higher highs. You've actually broke out to the upside. So is this the move we're going to get? And if so, if we do get an hour break above, going the opposite way, if you do get an hour break above like so, we could then look for wing back sells from 2029, expecting the hour to come back down, tap, and then flip. And we could look for, wing back buys from 2029 to come back up. So potentially have a sell and then a buy straight after it. But that's as long as price does what we want it to do. I'm just thinking with this though, because the 4 might not come to here, might power straight through to 2032. I will be looking at a second entry for 2032. So when you're doing your risk management, not many people speak about this. So if you're trading like this, you need to have enough capital and enough leverage to yeah, I know. To be able to take a second entry. So if you're on a funded challenge, for example, and you've got 5% to play with a day, what I do is I take off 1% for spread and stuff like that. And then I've got 4% to play with a day, so I risk 2% per trade. That's what I do. So my first trade, I mean, if I win my first trade, I'm done for the day. That's me done, really. And well, done for London session. I'll wait for New York. So first trade would get entered here, but if we do push deeper into drawdown, I'd look for another entry. So another entry would be like here. Same stop, same everything really. And again, I'd be risking 2% on this because I'm allowed 4% a day. And from previous data, like my logbook, yeah, I know that if I take 2 losses in a day, I can still pull it back. I'll still be profitable. Okay, so I'm comfortable at losing 4%, believe it or not, of my account, because of previous experience tells me that I can pull it back. So all we do then is we'd enter again for another trade. Let's say this powers up straight through, taps this area, yeah, even if it closes above, and this one's in drawdown. Price shouldn't just carry on up. What should happen? This is the next zone where price taps and pulls back. Look, taps, pulls back. Okay, taps. It actually tapped here, but still the next candle pulled back. And what you would do is you'd take the profit from 2032 down to 2031. This would be a profit. Take partial move to break even, all that good stuff. But then you would just close this one out in full at break even. And then your trade's actually higher up. Okay. Now if it does flip hard, obviously you've got 2 trades on. Bring this one to risk free. As soon as this goes back into profit. And you can go from there. But you've got 2 entries on at that point. It lowers the risk. It helps you get out of a trade if you've got it wrong. And that's the thing about trading. It's people really struggle is when they've realised they've got it wrong, they'll just rely on hope. They'll just hope it's going to turn. But really, if all the candles are showing you actually breaking into the next zone above now, or now you've broken into the next zone, you've got to act accordingly, really, and not on emotion. Now, are we just going to come and tap 2029 though? That's the thing. The 4 might open and just tap 2029. Oh, look, we're closing bullish here. What's this? 7 seconds. Oh, God. So, what does this mean then? The 4 was closed respecting 2028. Okay. But it's still closed bearish. So, does that mean the hours closed respecting, the 4 hours closed respecting? Now, if we can get a pop down first on this 4 and potentially get a buy stop on to come back up, I just want to see when the 4. I'm just cautious of this 4 hour now because you can get something like that that comes all the way through with the 4. But did this tap 2025? No, you didn't tap 2025. These have tapped 2025, but we haven't tapped 2025 yet, have we? So now, could we take a wing back buy from 2025? I think we probably could. Because we've closed respecting. I would like bullish closes. So look, the 4 was closed respecting. Then it comes and taps 2025 and then powers off. So I don't think we can power up without tapping 2025. So we've got to be careful here, because if the forward taps 2025 first, we could then really bomb it up, which would destroy our wingback sell, because we've closed respecting now. So what does that mean? We might not be able to take that now, guys. The only way we can take it is if the 4 pulls back first. But because we've had a close back into the area on the hour, pretty tricky, because he should be coming back up really to fill this range. It's going to be tricky taking this now, really. You've not had any breakout at all. You're still close respecting. Close respecting that. We haven't had a break above 2030 yet. Can we not just come back up though? Our clause 4. Four's close respecting. Daily is now flipped bullish. You still need to create a steeper top wick for the daily. You can probably still create a steeper bottom wick for the daily. I do believe we're bullish though, coming up to our wingback area 2048. But I don't think you can do that unless you tap 2025. So does that mean we could just get a wingback buy from 2025 now that we've closed respecting? But the thing I don't like is these are bearish. So if the next 4 could close bullish and then we take a wingback buy back up, probably not going on here at the minute. So the reason why this wingback buy was on is because we were saying we were going to break the lows, but now we haven't broke the lows, we've closed respecting. So really, we don't want to be taking this, because it's a sign of price reverse now, wanting to come back up. So really, you want to be waiting for bullish closes of candles and then take a wingback buy up, or a 1 hour break. Now previous data does show that once you come and tap these levels though, you do tap even if you go, but and you haven't tapped 2025 yet. So could this still be on? Could this still be on? Or are we going to tap this and then come back to then go? You've broke the lows now, so you've got enough liquidity to push. Are you going to come and fill this wick? What's this hour doing? If this hour can come down, break the lows. Oh, that's the bloody 2 hours, isn't it? If this hour can come back down, could potentially get a buy stop on this hour coming up to 2029. That's where you should come and tap before. It's only 8 pips there. We're going to have to watch this on a lower time frame, guys, to see if this is going to be on. The 4 should have a pullback anyway. We're bearish on the 4, so we should still be on. We were bearish, well, we're bullish on the 1 now. Let's see if we can pop up with one 15-minute candle. Come on, here we go, here we go. This is what we want. Basically, we want one big pushing candle. Because the bigger this candle, the more likely it is to pull back. So like this. So look at this candle from here. This candle from here went all the way up and tapped it and then pulled back. So imagine what that candle looked like when it was up there. It was that big. Okay. Now if we compare that to the candle we're on now, it's that big. So this is what we want. The bigger the candle, the better the reach, because then you hopefully should then pull back. Now currently this is still on because the 4 hours bearish. But I do appreciate that we've closed respecting. I just want to see if the previous ones broke the laws. So he did break this. Oh, here we go. Might be on here, guys. It's a nice candle. I will be looking at a second entry at 2032 as well if we do power through. Okay, I've been activated. I am on. We're on for sells on this. Now, if we do power through to 2032, I will be looking at a second entry. Okay, and then I'll bring the profit down to short. Now, take partial move to break even is 2029. Okay. Now you've also got to appreciate that the forward can power through, so our cut off probably going to be the hour. Ooh, didn't quite make it. Nearly there. That's a big bloody candle. Look at that 5. Ooh, just missed out on that there. It's going to create another high here. Five-minute close in 1 minute. Okay, it's a lovely push that. Can we get down to our 2029 zone? I need to get this other bloody signal on fast. Oh, are we there? 20 seconds. Okay guys, I'm going to go risk free now. Actually, do you know what? I'm just going to close out because I'm not liking this day. So I've closed out in full on that, guys. Closed out in full. And there's a trade. There's a trade. Nice, nice, nice.
Perfect time for me to jump in the shower, that wasn't it?
Yeah.
And you just took the shit. I've been listening all morning and then I took a shower.
Did
And
you?
put a trade on, you closed out when I come back.
Oh, really? So you literally got it?
No, I didn't.
Oh, you
I
didn't?
got in the shower.
Oh, mate.
Well, I've been listening all morning.
Yeah.
And then I jumped in the shower, think, oh, a little word. And then you took a trade. So,
Well, look, I mean, we were what? We were 2 pips away from that second entry. And that second entry we would have closed out in a matter of, I mean, if I go down to 1 minute time, less than a minute, look at that. This would have been our second entry at 2032. So, I mean, that would have been fantastic. But wasn't to be, wasn't to be. Now, you've had a nice wick at that point. You didn't quite come and tap 2029. I do believe you will come and tap 2029. But I might just take a few candles now. So I just closed out full at 2029.044. What do we get? So there's my 10 pips. 11 pips. So 11 pips closure. And the reason why I've closed out there, guys, the reason being is I want you to understand that this area, this is a tough area to trade. It is a tough area to trade. So for us to catch something in here, we've done pretty well, really. So well done, everyone. And it's NFP today as well. So we didn't want to be stuck in drawdown or nothing like that. But nice, valid trade. Lovely trade for a Friday. And that's probably me, guys. I need to get this onto the spreadsheet. If you like what you see, again, if you're watching on YouTube, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, get notified when we trade live most weekdays from 8 AM London time. And then, oh, do you know what? I haven't bloody pressed record again. I've too much going on. Too much going on. What a donut. But anyway, yeah, we trade 8 o'clock London time, and also New York, but we don't stream online for New York. So, other than that, guys, I'm probably going to call it. So, have a fantastic weekend, and I'll see you all next week.
I'll see you.
See you later, guys.